Hello YouTube, today I'll be explaining how the zombie spawn system works in Black Ops 6. This will also apply to Black Ops 4 and Cold War, as this system was first introduced in Black Ops 4 and stayed mostly the same since then. I've created a mod in Black Ops 3 to help show what I'm talking about, so you'll see in-game when and what is happening. First, I'll explain how the spawn points are chosen, and then I'll explain how the more modern CODs distribute the zombies differently. The zombie spawn points are chosen based on which area of the map you're in. I can enable the spawn points here, and then you'll see the zombie spawn points, as well as the zombie entry points. And you can see as I move from room to room, the spawn points will change as they're recalculated. This also takes into account every player in the game, so if I spawn in a bot, you'll see that the spawn point in spawn will also activate. Now, before Black Ops 4, the zombies would be distributed completely randomly between all of these active spawn points. So if I have 3 people sitting in this room with me, there would still only be 5 spawn points activated. And then the bot that's way over there somewhere, all of these spawn points, he would get the vast majority of all the zombie spawns. In Black Ops 4, they changed this so it mostly evenly distributes the zombies between every spawn point. But every spawn point now also has a cooldown attached to it. And once a zombie spawns there, that spawn point will be on cooldown for 3 seconds. And if another zombie spawn happened during that cooldown, that spawn point would be skipped for another one that is not on cooldown. It's still random which spawn point is picked, but now it won't spawn multiple zombies in the same spot unless enough time has passed. This means that if I was on round 1 and I was in a room with 6 spawn points, there are 6 zombies to spawn on round 1, so every spawn would get a zombie, but the order of which zombie goes where would always be different. And extending that to round 2, there are 9 zombies to spawn, but there are still 6 spawn points, so there would be 6 from every spawn point, and then the next 3 would be completely random between all the spawn points. This logic makes it so you always have a predictable start to any round, but it gets more unpredictable as it goes on, especially once the rounds start getting much longer and much faster. To show this in action, I can toggle my debug mode to activate the modded spawn system. Now, if I spawn zombies one by one, you'll see that the cooldown of each spawn point will be activated. And as the zombies keep spawning, it'll skip the ones that are on cooldown and go to a new one. You can also see this in action in my tomb speedruns I've done on Black Ops 6. There are about 11 spawn points in the spawn room, so for rounds 1 and 2, I can check each spawn point once and move on if nothing has spawned there. But for round 3, there are 13 zombies to spawn, so some spawn points will have multiple zombies spawn there. And because of this, I clear a few spawn points and then I backtrack to where I started to clean up any duplicate spawns so I don't have to look there later. All of this is also affected by the Rampage inducer. Having Rampage on will make it so the zombies spawn much faster. Normally, without Rampage, the delay between spawning zombies will start at 2 seconds and progressively get faster to just 0.1 seconds around round 55. Now, this is different on co-op, where every time you have a new player in the game, the spawn rate will get quicker than it was before. So without Rampage on, the cooldown of each spawn point will have much more time to refresh before a new zombie spawns, resulting in a more even and predictable distribution of spawns in the early rounds. and getting more and more chaotic as you advance into the higher rounds. Once you turn on Rampage, that equilibrium will be broken up, and it'll feel a lot more random throughout the entire game. Now there is one more piece of the puzzle missing, and this is a mechanic I like to call the spawn boost. You can think of this mechanic as a way for the game to always be fast-paced, leaving you with little downtime during rounds, except during the end when no more zombies are spawning. The formula for this can be described as such. The number of zombies to spawn boost is equal to the amount of players in the game, plus 4, and then plus 1 if the round is odd, or plus 0 if the round is even. And no, I have absolutely no idea why they care if the round is even or odd. It's just the way it works. So let's say we have 3 people in a game on round 15. By plugging the numbers into the equation, we can see that the amount of spawn boosted zombies will be 8. So this means anytime there are less than 8 zombies alive, the game will try to spawn zombies at a much quicker rate. And you can see this in action if I spawn a group of 6 zombies, and then I wait a little bit, don't kill the zombies, and then I spawn another group of 6. The second will cool down these spawn points much slower.
Explode so beautifully.
This does mean that if you don't have Rampage on, killing a lot of zombies quickly will progress around faster because more zombies will be spawn boosted. So to test this, I can spawn in a horde of 24 zombies, and once a few are spawned in, I can run this kill command to kill every zombie on the map, and you'll see that the zombies spawn in waves every time I kill the previous group. And that does it for explaining the spawn system. I hope you've learned something new that you can apply to your games in the future. If there's something you're still confused about, or if you have another topic you think would be good to cover in a video like this, I'd love to make more of these guides for the seemingly simple yet complex systems such as zombie spawns. So let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching, and happy speedrunning.